Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, this is BestInSlot, and welcome to the final episode of our Jurassic Lagoon thingamajiggy. Now, I want to apologise that it took quite so long for this to happen, of course, with the patch 1.6 coming out, and the Cretaceous dinosaur pack and all this kind of stuff. There were other things that were kind of higher priority than the Lagoon, but we are back to finish it. I want to thank you guys again for all the comments on the QT, which I've linked down below for no apparent reason. And for all the name suggestions and stuff. So before we talk about anything else, let's have a look at our new named dinosaurs. We have Shrek as the Pentaceratops, of course, because, well, if you watched the last episode, you will understand. We also have, in the Deinonychus, we have Sir Tibbles the First, Fish Fingers, the medium one, Erica, Subterpute, felt a little dirty with that one, Captain America, Snappy, Stevo, Mudkip, Homer, Daenerys, The Flash, Kermit, and Barry. So that is our 14 Deinonychus. There's no QT for this one, obviously, because it's the final episode. What I'm going to do is, on the next series, the next park we build, this is kind of a consistent thing we do, I'm going to make a new QT thingamajiggy. So there's going to be one QT per park. Because I can't delete comments, I can't reset things, it gets a little bit messy, so we're going to do a new one for every single series. So the first episode of the next series, I'll link it down below, you'll be able to go check it out. If you're following me on QT, which I know a lot of you now are, I've got something called a hub, which is all about Jurassic World evolution. I'm going to put some stuff in there so you can talk and discuss. But basically, if you follow that hub and you follow me, you'll always see when I post a new QT, and they'll automatically go into that hub, and you'll be able to submit your dinosaur names. Right, so moving on, today we are going to focus on the Spinoraptor, and I have 4 of them already. There's a very good reason for this. Because I love the Spinoraptor. Now, you are going to have to live in this tiny little box, but thankfully the new sandbox tools mean we can change it so forest, population, social, all of this becomes completely unimportant. It's really, really cool. They do still need some food, so we're going to pop some in there and give them a little bit of water. A little bit of, there we go. Let's pop out the other 3. Step pattern. I'm trying to remember which one my favourite is. Is it this one? No, it's not. Oh, you're inside each other. What a fun way to start the night. Ow. What's up, buddy? Okay, and we... Oh. What? I turned on no failed incubations, but I did do it once the incubation had already started, so let's just get that one going again. And a tundra pattern. It's either tundra or alpine, that's my favourite. It must be alpine, because it's not this one, or tundra, because it's not this one. Ow. God, I love the Spinoraptor. So, I'm going to skip forward. I'm not going to make you guys sit and wait for the Spinoraptor. But the reason we're releasing them now is because we need to delete these hatcheries and this monorail and all of this sort of... What was my plan here? I can't remember. Interesting. The plan was we're going to delete all this stuff here. Oh, we can make this curve into there, can't we? That's the idea. And we're going to do something a little special for our Spinoraptor. Hopefully we're going to build like a volcano that's been filled up and turned into a lagoon. So we're going to take the whole area and kind of ramp it up as high as we can possibly get it, and then add like a risen lagoon in our lagoon. That's sort of the idea. We don't have much room to work with, but of course the Howling Creation Labs can't be sitting here as we do that, so we do need to birth our Spinoraptors and then move them along, because I do have a hatchery over here, but if I release the Spinoraptors over here, they'll just murder everything basically, which is fun but not helpful. There it is. I don't know why I love this one so much. I'm not sold on the... Is this my favourite one? I think it is. The pink sort of hue to the white, but man, just the... Oh no, that's my... They're all my favourites. I love this one as well. But this one, the sort of tonal difference between that sort of black ink over the face compared to the sort of the very white body, I think just looks awesome. Anyways, there we go. So the plan is delete this, delete this, delete this, and these are going to join together. We'll figure that out at the end, but these are going to join together somewhere, basically. I'm just going to delete all of that. We'll figure that out. I wanted this to kind of be a torso. I'm thinking it might just curl around the bottom bit, but then it's a little bit close to my secret little island over here. Now, what we also want to do, just to make my life a little bit easier, is join this together. Basically give them absolutely no room at all. I am going to have a video on the new sandbox update, because there's some pretty cool stuff in this update that hasn't really been talked about much. So we'll get to that a little bit later on tonight, but If we hop into our sandbox settings super quickly and scroll down, you can see that you've got dinosaur social, population and habitat requirements, and I can turn all of them off. And it really does make life... I love this dinosaur. It really does make life a lot easier for me. Right, so, are you going to let me do this? Let me just have a little mess around with raise. Right, okay, I didn't think that was going to work. I had a feeling that feeders did this, so we're going to have to... basically going to have to starve to death for a little while. And I'll tell you what, we're just going to get rid of all the water. Has this been changed? This has been changed! Am I going crazy? Or did I flatten it to this point in the first place? Somebody mentioned that Isla Nublar has been changed, like the ditch has been fixed or something. I haven't really checked it out for myself, but that'll be interesting. The plan is just, don't really make this look too lagoony, and then we'll add some stuff in later on. So, big old hill. Big old hill. That's what we're looking for. The biggest of the hills, I guess. I don't really know what else to say about that one. How confusing must this be for the dinosaurs, though? Oh, hello, Bob. I appear to be floating. Bob, you're floating too. What's going on? I don't know why they're called Bob, but they are. Just roll with it. Pretty sure my alarm's going off. Pretty sure I'm a professional YouTuber. Oddly enough, I am a professional YouTuber. It's terrifying as that is to say it out loud. Yeah, I don't want it to be that much higher than this in reality. Can we go a little bit higher? Oh. The thing is, it's hard to go too high because... well, it doesn't really work in this game because it makes the slopes like super long and blur, and it means it's going to be very difficult to put any water in, basically. I really don't know if we're going to be able to put water in here. We'll have to find out. And we'll make it look a little bit more natural at some point, but that's like the max the game is giving me. Water? That's not doing it. Oh, there we go. So I think we want it lower so we can have a more spread area. As cool as the height is, the game just is not made for this kind of thing. I think more like there. And see, already this is giving us way more room to play with. I think. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful. Right, how much water can we put in? There we go. Oh, lovely stuff. Look at that. Awesome. Yeah, I don't know, it sticks out as something completely different and a little bit weird, and I'm so down with completely different and a little bit weird. That's where I live, baby! Let's try to pull the water in as tight as we can. I'd love to be able to do some water sort of around these sides, but I don't think I'm going to get away with it. Oh no, right, what I want to try to do is flatten around the edges a little bit. It'd be nice if it was like a hill, a mountain sort of thing. It wasn't just... I don't think it's going to work. I don't think I'm going to get away with it. I just want to put a little water sort of in these little bits down here, you know, but it's just a little bit too tight, I think, unfortunately. But it's not a big deal. It's still a pretty cool, funky looking little thing. That's right, I said funky. I'm a middle-aged man. My dad says funky. Oh god, I'm not allowed to say funky. Right. Let's see if we can... I just want to flatten some little... I just want to make it look a little bit less man-made, basically. I want to smooth out some bits and... smooth out this whole... we'll give it like a little bit of a ridge there. It looks a little weird, but... I said down weird. And, okay. And let's cut out... tell you what, let's put the actual... how am I going to do this? Do I want them to live in the whole thing? I think I want them to live in the whole thing. And then we'll put the water and the food at the top, so they're kind of naturally inclined to hang around. Kind of like what we did with our Deinonychus, but we'll have the water and food together. Back on the... not this series, but the... I'll tell you what, we'll do concrete as well. On the Botanical Garden series. There we go. I speak English words good. Okay, and they've been kind of contained into this section over here. We'll just drag a fence all the way along, and then we'll cover this as much as possible in forest. I want this lagoon, this risen lagoon, to kind of like thrust itself upwards from the forest. That's the idea. It's very excited about being inside the forest, okay? And who wouldn't be? It's a lovely forest. Now, this is the first time we played since the big new update came out. Of course, I don't have any of the new dinosaurs on this file. unfortunately. But on our next series, we will have Carcharodontosaurus, Iguanodon, and the Dreadnoughtus. Perhaps least excitingly. I'm sorry, Dreadnoughtus. There we go. Be free, my Spinoraptor friends. Be free like the eagle. I don't mind the... Let's make that smaller again. I don't mind the fence being visible there. But I do want this fence pretty hidden. As much as possible. It is very similar to our Deinonychus one. But it's cooler because it's waterier. / wetter. Okay, I do want to get rid of some of these trees because I want you to be able to look out and see into the rest of the park, basically. Well, you can see Deinonychus Hill, you can see... Yeah, I like it. Not as tall as I would have liked. I think if I'd thought this through from the very beginning, we would have put it somewhere else, but it is very clearly on a whole other level. And this idea being that maybe this was the initial lake and it kind of tumbled down from the mountains and then over time it spilled down and formed the lagoon. And maybe the lagoon is flooding even more. This area is kind of flooding down into the lagoon even more. I know we always do like a secret little area here that's trying to be contained, but it just fits so well. The lagoon's, you know, flooding down into the park, and this is a park. They're trying to keep it open to the public and keep it going. So they've bolted it off with as much concrete as they could muster and try to contain the dinosaurs there as well. I think it's weird. It's unique. Alright, one thing we need to do super quickly is edit monorail track. Bend that little baby. I think we're just gonna... I think you'd want to keep them away from... We're gonna let it cross over here a little bit, not too much, just at the back end. You'd want to keep guests away from this. Now, they can still see it from the little monorail here. But you'd be curious, but you wouldn't be that worried. You see the concrete, you think that's a no-no zone, you know? Everyone needs a no-no zone. Right, so let's work on this top a little bit. This is going to be a short-ass episode. I don't really know how else to put that. Like the idea of like a little land bridge between two sections there. We do need a less wet bit. If we're going to put in a feeder. Where are they going? I'm suspicious about you. Oh, they need names. They need names. Right, you shall be... I have a list. Wait, no. Red. Somebody wanted one called Red. We're going to call that one Red because it's the red one. This is Krampus. Getting in the Christmas spirit because it's evil Christmas. You are hungry. That makes sense. I'm going to call you Kawuk. It's like some thing that somebody's recommended like 1,000 times. And Theory. Because it's chaos or something. I can't remember what the reasoning was. So we've got Theory, Red, Krampus, and Kawuk, or Kawuk, or... I don't know, it's probably pronounced in some odd way, but... we're basically done. I don't really have much else to add to this one. I do want a smattering of trees up here, maybe around the feeder. Not that far in. Have this back end particularly bushy. Keep it bushy at the back, folks. Top tip for life. Oh god, only knows. Ignore all of my top tips, okay? They're inevitably terrible. Yeah, not over the top. I want this to feel quite open like this. I really like it up here. It just feels like its own world entirely. This is super what I was going for. I'm going to nip in this just a little bit to give it a bit more of a funky shape. That's right, funky. Some trees on there. Looks fairly natural. I don't know if it's realistic, but it's cool. There we go, look at that. Beautiful. Ah, I love that. I love how that looks right there. In the rain, in the daytime. I think it looks great. It's not a good thumbnail, but I don't care right now. And all I care is about thumbnails, so that should tell you how much I love that shot. It's just such a cool dinosaur. I know people aren't sold on the hybrids in general, but this guy, yeah, I'm a big, big fan. Would make it into my top 10. I'm going to do an updated top 10, bottom 10 dinosaur list because it has changed substantially. I'm going to stick it all into one video and do it a little bit quicker than last time. But this guy will make it into the list. Iguanodon is probably going to make it into the list. Oh, just look at it. Tell me that's not really super cool. I mean, you can tell me all you want. You'll be wrong. That patterning is... This is why I get annoyed and frustrated with the raptor skins, the Velociraptor skins, because they can make some really, really cool skins. I love this skin. That black ink sort of effect is really, really cool. Even the ones I didn't used to like that much are like really growing on me. Unfortunately, I don't have the arid skin you get from completing the research facility, because I'm not a mad person who's completed all the Jurassic difficulties. Not quite. Not quite. Alright, let's have a quick little look at the rest of the park then, and we will be done. And we'll talk a little bit about the next series. So, the monorail is officially connected. When we see that going, we'll hop into it. I'd like to start it from here, actually. Here we go! Right, we're going to start from... Right, I'm not allowed to look yet. Not allowed to look. Look somewhere else. Look over here. Only look at the bush. We're waiting until we get to the first monorail station, which is... Yeah, it's over there. Okay. So, let's talk about the next series. I've had lots of suggestions and ideas, and I'm still looking for more. I'm always open to ideas, what you guys want to see next. I like the idea of doing another... We did a 48 dinosaur one park series a while ago. That was the first one we ever did, actually. All 48 dinosaurs in one park. Since then, there's been 8 more dinosaurs added. There's now 56 dinosaurs in the game. So the idea, I mean, there's all these genes and stuff as well that'll make it a lot easier. So maybe we could do a 56 dinosaurs one park, you know, a park where we try to get every single species in. Okay. Boop boop. Everyone get on the monorail for the first time. Pretend you weren't already on it. This is the view you get. You can't see much from here because you can only look basically straight forward, but you see the hotel. You see a track. You see... Oh god, what's the volcano called? Have I forgotten? Sibo. But you can catch a little glimpse onto the right, but it's just lagoony and wet. Oh, you see a sauropod there in the distance as well. Is that Mamenchisaurus? I can't remember what I put that. I think it's Mamenchisaurus. So we could do that. We could do somebody had an idea of just dinosaurs that weren't in the films at all, which is admittedly most of the dinosaurs. I feel like I don't think we've used like one movie dinosaur in this entire park, so I'm not sure that'll make that much of a difference, to be honest. Oh, it looks great. Doesn't it look cool? I really like this lagoon. Big shout out to Sif420 once again for the just awesome idea in the first place. It's maybe one of my favourite parks. I still think the Botanical Gardens are my favourite, but this is up there. And I need... Oh god, I was saying I need to sneeze. It's always quite... That's the stuff. My little triple pillars. What I'd like to do is start naming the exhibits a little bit more as well. Like each area having its own little name, kind of like what we did for the Dinosaur Death Maze. Yeah, any ideas? Leave ideas down below. You don't need to name any dinosaurs today, of course. There's no new QT yet. That's going to be the next series. So any ideas at all? We can, of course, also remake Jurassic Park 3. That's definitely an idea. I've been thinking about it, and I think we may want to hold off until... Hey, guys. Sinos. We may want to hold off until... Maybe there's a chance of decorations and stuff. It's quite hard to recreate stuff at the moment in this game, especially in the later films. You can rebuild Jurassic World, or you can at least build Main Street, and that's definitely a challenge I want to do. And maybe we'll do Jurassic World. The problem is so many people have done it already that it feels a little bit weird to do it myself. Because it has been done a bajillion times. One thing I do like about that idea is we could take that Jurassic World and then make it into a Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom and kind of break stuff down a little bit, let some of the dinosaurs out, etc, etc. Lovely, innit? Lovely. Going all pink. What else could we do? I like the idea of just doing like a nice park. I don't even know what it would be design-wise, like what the ethos would be. But just making like a zoo, you know, and having little themed sections. Maybe we could do a location themed zoo. So we'd have like an Asian section and a European section and American section, and you'd only have dinosaurs. Oh, I like this actually. And you'd only have dinosaurs that came from, obviously because it's Pangaea, it's very different, but dinosaurs that were discovered in that region, basically. So you'd have Americas, Europe, Asia, and Australia. You'd probably put those together. That's at least 3, and there's 3 different colours of path, so you could split it into 3 big sections. I love those lights at night time. We're on the way. What was in here again? Oh, that's my little... There's some really cool stuff. Look at that there. I love... There's so many little things in this park that I really like. Oh, I'm just a genius. Yeah, I like that idea quite a lot. Some people have also suggested the same thing, but with time periods. You know, so we'd have a Cretaceous themed area and stuff like that. The problem with that is there really isn't... Like, I believe the majority of dinosaurs in this game are Cretaceous. I think the vast majority. There's of course some Jurassic dinosaurs as well, and Triassic is generally speaking entirely neglected. So I'm not sure that would sustain a whole park. I'm leaning towards the geological thing right now. Americas, Europe, Asia / Oceania, blah blah blah. What else would you need to include? Americas of course includes South America. What we'll do is we'll take a... Oh, I can't. We'll take a quick little peek at a map thingamajiggy before we close out the video. We've done the tour anyway. Oh, we've nearly done the tour. We need to do this a little bit over here. Hopefully we can spot some Deinonychus as we go past. Have we seen anything? What's in here? Which is this one? It's my Sukos. It's really nice, sort of seeing them like this, seeing the dinosaurs from a distance, kind of observing them in the, not in the wild, but just kind of living their lives without me zooming in on their face, you know? There's something really cool about it. I'm a big old softy when it comes to dinosaurs, though. Some Deinonychus over there. There we go. Couple popping a boot. Any on this side? We're looking for Dino. There's the Penta. There's Shrek in his swamp. Music, stop being beautiful. It's making me emotional. There's loads of Deinonychus down there by the waterfront. It's a shame you don't get a little bit more range of motion on the monorail. There it is. Isla Nublar Lagoon. Thank you for joining me. We're going to hop on, like I said, just very quickly. I'm just going to load up a save file. I'll just load up this one. It's fine. No, save it, you big old weirdo, BestInSlot. What are you doing? I think there is a max number of save files you're allowed. So at some point, I'm going to have to delete something, and it's going to break my heart. I don't know what I'd even delete. I don't think I need that anymore, actually, now that I think about it. Alright? Am I going crazy? No, okay, I can delete that. Phew, okay. We've got at least one more. Flat Nublar. Okay, let's just load that. Yep. I suppose we can delete our old every species one. The thing I like about the every species one is that we can try to build a park. If that makes sense, we can actually try to design exhibits. At the moment, I'm giving myself all these restrictions like the lagoon or the botanical gardens, and you find a way to make a beautiful park, but you can't just design exhibits. You've always got a limitation, and that's really cool sometimes. I find that when you're given a task or a limitation of some description is actually when people tend to get the most creative, whereas if you're given a blank slate, the possibilities are so endless that it's quite difficult to form your ideas necessarily, but maybe I'm just talking absolute rubbish. So let's have a quick little peek here. Oh, Africa as well, what am I about? So we'd have 4. Africa, Europe, Americas, Asia. And Asia would include... We might give Russia to Europe, because Russia is half Europe, half Asia. And Asia's got a lot more than Europe. Europe doesn't have that much. 6 there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 there, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3. And of course America has a bloody billion of them. Typical Americans. I really wish I had 3 paths, but we've only got... Really wish I had 4 paths. But anyways, we're going to end it there. Thank you so much for joining me for this entire series, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not set on any ideas, so do let me know in the comments down below if you've got any ideas, any sort of particular style of parks. It's going to be a little bit until we get started on that, probably next week, probably post-Christmas, potentially. Because I do have like a chock-a-block schedule for this week, but of course we're going to keep making new parks and having some fun, and hopefully the game updates and we can make even cooler parks, blah, 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 blah. Right, so... Thanks for joining me. Cheers. Much love. Please do hit the like button if you enjoyed this video and all our other Jurassic Lagoon videos. And I'll see you folks next time. Cheers, much love as always. Bye-bye. A little shout out at the end. This video and others like it would not be possible at all without the support of you guys watching me at home, and also everyone on this Patreon page right here who supported me in the last month. If you want to help out as well, you can do so at patreon.com/bestinslot. Every little really helps. Cheers.